YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. Today we turn our attention to the Clk55 Amg. We're going to be doing the injectors. We're going to replace the injectors and get this car running maybe even better. So let's get on with it. As you could probably tell there, that's quite fiddly, but basically I had to use a couple of picks to get all these off with. Some of them are on quite tight and you have to obviously release the clip either side, but picks did that. I've got the cabling all sort of released from the fuel rail, so we should be able to get the fuel rail out. So the next thing is I'm going to bleed this and then undo the fuel rail that end, and then we'll need to pick out the fuel rail which has got the injectors on it. So let's give that a go. Okay, so the fuel rail's out. We now need to get each injector off. How you do that is you unclip this little clip here and then you prise them out. Now I wanted to obviously replace these with the genuine Bosch ones. They are proving very difficult to get hold of for new ones. Sorry, you can get used ones which have been reconditioned. Well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well recondition these ones, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. But in the meantime, what I did is I found a company in America called A Premium. I've used them before for car parts. They're very close to OEM, and they had a full set of injectors, replacement injectors, that are correct for this car, for the Clk55 Amg. This full set ended up being £70 from America. I'm going to give them a go. I'm going to put them on the Clk, and then in the meantime I will get these reconditioned. It's important to note the positioning of how these are put in. You'll notice that the plug clips are facing to the right. On the other side, they're facing to the left. Need to make sure all that's correct. But yeah, my plan is replace these with these and get these reconditioned at a later stage. But to be fair, I've got good feelings about these ones. I think they're going to be just as good. Bearing in mind, Bosch are about £100 each, but you can't get hold of them. This was £70 for the whole set, so it will be interesting to see how these work. But let's carry on with stripping this down and putting the new ones on. One other thing to mention was I bought this. So this is injector and glow plug grease. It's going to help us insert the injectors much more smoothly without any issues. I'd highly recommend that. I think it was only like £4 for this tub, and it apparently lasts a very long time because you only use a little bit at a time. Okay, that's all our injectors replaced. Next thing is to get it back on the car. So I'm going to grease up all the tops now, and then we'll put the bar in place. Let's get going.
Okay, so we're all back together. Fuel lines back in with the new injectors. Fuel connected. All the pipe work and stuff in place and wires in place. So we're going to start her up now. She will stutter for the first few seconds because obviously the fuel line has been cut, so she needs to prime again. But yeah, let's start her up. There we have it, injectors done. We'll see how well they run, but once again, another job done, and it's nice to bring the Clk back to life, get some use out of her. So yeah, see you on the next video, guys.